What inside tip would you give the opposite gender? Story 1. Too long didn't read. If a guy isn't responding at all to subtle hints of attraction, be blatant. He may be fighting himself into thinking a girl like her into a guy like me. Never. Her glancing at my lips is just a coincidence. She'd never let me kiss her. Or he may have just noticed. We are prone to that stupidity at times. If you're hinting that you're attracted to a man and his demeanor, body language, etc., do not change. Be blatantly obvious. Like staring extremely noticeably at our lips for a first kiss. Just as many men have confidence issues or just get in our own heads as women, even very attractive men and or extremely socially fluent men. Just because he can make an entire party full of people fall in love with him doesn't mean he doesn't have his own self-doubts. I've psyched myself out more times than I can count with women that I thought were attracted to me, and even when it is obvious, I'll talk myself out of making a move with any nonsensical thing I can imagine. I've even done this with girls I'm head over heels with when I know they feel the same way. On that note, a single small but tender physical gesture can do wonders to push a guy like me to just friggin' kiss you already. Something like when you take my arm playfully for whatever reason, lingering with a tender but semi-firm hold on my arm. That way you hold on to someone that exudes so much passion that you can feel the raw emotion in the gesture, past the point we'd normally break off and can move mountains. In the era of consent being a major topic, a simple go-ahead gesture can be very empowering for both people. Edit. So this got popular. To everyone replying with how this is not inclusive of the female and any other considerations, you may notice a use of the word me sneaking in there often. In truth, I was more venting than anything else, so I do apologize for any lack of inclusion or difference of opinion, and I mean that apology. I'm Canadian. Apology accepted, my brother or sister from the north. But I will also say this. I absolutely agree with this, that sometimes a lot of these subtle hints and signals go over people's heads, or we kind of misconstrue it. We don't want to make anyone uncomfortable. But at the same time, guys, if you're experiencing this with a woman and you're like, oh, I don't know. Oh, I wish she'd be more clear. She might also be struggling with confidence and be like, oh, I don't know if he likes me. Do I actually reach out and touch his hand? What if that's too much? What if I've been misreading him the whole time? So really, it's a thing that typically happens with both sides. I've had this where I've discussed with people afterward, like, oh, wait, so you were into me? And, she was like, yeah, but I just, I didn't know if you were getting the signals and I didn't know if you were interested. So, folks, just be as open as you can. It's hard. They're relationships. It's awkward. I get it. But if you can, go for it. Story 2. 2 straight guys. 1, you're not always going to get her off during penetration, and that's okay. Don't measure the success of PIV intercourse by whether or not she O's. A lot of women can't O from penetration alone. That's not some epic failure. Don't give her a complex. The pressure doesn't help. 2, stop thinking of O's as something you need to give her. Most women know how to get themselves off. Give them some space to get it themselves or teach you how, and don't get all freaked out if that means something other than her just pistoning up and down on your D. It's very possible the way she gets off isn't something that's going to get you off too. No big deal. 3. The clit is not always something we want played with. It's a very sensitive place. I know culture has been harping on this whole find the clit and Evan assault that thing crusade for years and years, but women prefer not to have it jabbed like a effing A button on the Xbox controller. Ease your way to it. Start slightly above or to the side, or just ask. Edit. Thanks for the gold. Clit caressers unite! Gently, or maybe not at all. Yeah, that's solid advice, and this is advice that many of you can get if you're just open and communicate in a relationship. It's weird to sit and go, let's have a talk about our doing it, but it's a conversation that you should have because different people have different likes. I've had partners who, okay, I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to put any of my partners on blast, but everyone's different. I'm different than other people, than you. Yeah, Story 3. A lot of guys, or at least I do, not sure about you guys, equate intimacy of touch with emotional security. Not just intercourse, touch in all its ways. If you touch us and do it so that it feels nice, we feel secure in the relationship. We're a bit like puppies in that way. Contact is extremely important to men. Pet us when we do good. Hugs, kisses, scratches. Oh God, the head scratches, back scratches. I can't say how loved we feel when someone touches us in a way that unwinds, soothes, or supports. Story 4. For straight guys, this is more of a personal experience, but I think girls like to be pampered in one way or another, regardless of how independent she might look. It does not need to be a grand, big romantic thing, but rather small things that actually count. For example, asking how her day goes and answering the damn questions that she asks you, saying good morning to her and wish her a good night's sleep, etc. These are the general things. You might want to look for special little things that you know she would like or appreciate. Lots of guys that I know do this when they're trying to get a girl to like him, but this eventually disappears when they do get the girl. Don't stop, because in one way or another, it breaks the girl's heart. Story 5. If you keep getting the crazy ones, reassess what kind of qualities you've been going for. Applies to both genders, actually. God damn it, this is so basic, and I've been fighting with one of my good friends about it for years. We're in our 30s, and she has a habit of dating guys in their mid-20s, which is fine, but it usually goes something like this. Meet in a bar, bang a time or two, she expects a relationship. Gets peed when it does not happen, but he still calls because her body is great. All this is fine, but then I have to hear how she can't meet a decent dude. They only want one thing, etc. But she refuses to try to meet guys elsewhere. I'm not sure what to say anymore, and I'm getting tired of hearing it. Sorry guys, no pics or info. I'm already trying to get her to go on an online date, and she refuses. Story 6. Being completely to the point is so much better than not bringing something up. If you are in a relationship, you should be a team, and teams don't work if both sides don't have all the info. If something bothers you, say it outright and figure out a solution together. Also, do everything to make the other happy. If both of you are doing this, both of you are happy. You get to do something for someone you care about, and you get nice things done for you. Relationships fall apart all the time when people start thinking about themselves more than each other. Well, you just come into this video and you're going to just steal my thunder about how communication is one of the most important things in a relationship. Well, you get a gold star. You get a big old gold star, couple thumbs up right here from me to you. Gonna deliver them. Woof. Check on delivery. That's not still a thing. Story 7. There's a 99% chance I'd have intercourse with you if you simply asked me on the spot. I have some fried chicken. Wanna F? Okay. Story 8. There's a guy who can't get a signal, and there's guys who take everything as a signal. The latter is much more annoying. Edit. I would like to say that I'm not the actual person who said this. I'm quoting this from a female friend. And no, I'm sure there's no signals involved or whatever, right? Are you coming to me? Story 9. Don't know about opposite gender, but as a gay guy, I feel I should tell straight men, if you want your girl to give you oral, wash your effing balls. Use antibacterial soap. Wash your butt crack too. She can smell it all while in the general area. Don't be afraid. It's just a butt. Washing it won't make you gay or effeminate. Get all up in the crotch and crack really, really good. I have heard one too many straight guys say something really dumb like, I just assume water and soap drip down in there. No, scrub every day. If you don't smell fresh, nobody's going down there. This person makes my heart sore. Guys, wash your butts. Get a bit. I see, it's not like this. It's you wash it with soap and you have, but I don't want to get my loofah. Oh, loofahs are gross. Get rid of your loofah. You get washcloths. Use a different washcloth every time you take a shower. And the last thing that you wash before you put that thing in a hamper is your dirty behind. Because you know what? Some of you people, you don't even have to be down giving a beeger to smell that rank butt of yours. Some of you people, I could smell it when you're just walking around and you bend over to pick up a penny. Wash your butt. God Story 10. When you ask us what we're thinking about and we say nothing, 99% of the time, we mean it. Come on, what's wrong? You can tell me. What are you really thinking about? Story 11. To the girls, us guys can sit down and literally just think about nothing. We're not mad, sad, upset, or whatever you say we are. It's kind of halfway between switching off and daydreaming. I find my head just clouds off and goes into a very light daydream and random thought state that mostly exists to kill time. If we are doing it due to being mad or upset, it will be visible on our faces. Story 12. Sharing a queen-sized bed, use a king-size blanket. Edit. Had no idea that king-size blankets were different sizes in different countries. One blanket works well for my partner and I. Less work making the bed, and we end rolling close to each other by morning. What about those of us with king-size beds? Huh? Because you know what? I buy the king-size blankets, and between my partner and I, one of us tends to be a little more engaged in taking the blanket. Also, we sleep with one of our dogs in the bed, and that sweet little potato steals covers from me. Look, I lose all the covers. I never get covers. In the summer, it's fine, but come the winter time, I'm a cold boy. Please make king-size blankets so much bigger. If I'm putting it on the bed and it's hanging over the side like 3 inches on either side, you failed, blanket maker. You're a bad person. Story 13. Girls, we honestly aren't all dense. We might just not be interested and be a little insecure of how to deal with it immediately. Yes, a lot of us like it straightforward, but we aren't scratching our head looking for 2 rocks to bang together. Truth is, for me, I have a type of woman I'm physically attracted to. If you aren't that, I'll be friendly enough to you, but that's really it. Just because I'm not attracted or interested does not make you unattractive or uninteresting. Story 14. To girls, ask properly. About anything. We answer straight when we're asked properly, most of the time, and it'll lessen the headaches for both parties. Story 15. Make sure they have hobbies before getting serious. If they don't, you're their new hobby. Congratulations. Story 16. Become more self-aware of your butt crack. This applies to men and women. So many butt cracks I've seen. So many. As a fat person, I've always been concerned about this crap. I don't want anyone to see my butt crack. It's my private property. Yet lo and behold, every other fat person I meet plunks down and displays it like they think it's effing Grand Canyon material. Story 17. Ladies, half the time your hints do not compute, and 98% of the time leave you annoyed and us guys confused. Story 18. Back scratches are lovely. Girls have nails, making back scratches 10 times better. Give more back scratches. Edit. To add to this, I feel we must unite and make a random act of back scratches sub. Just saying. Story 19. Slow the F down when it comes to foreplay. Believe it or not, repeatedly jamming as many fingers in there as possible doesn't create that pleasant of a feeling. Oh my goodness. Some of you people shouldn't even be allowed to call it foreplay. You can barely call it one play. It's like half play, and then you're in. My gosh. Not me. Ooh. I'm like a full-on 8 play or something. That's some of my favorite parts. I don't know. I mean, everyone's got their own preferences and tastes, but man, I mean, I'll do nothing but foreplay. It can end at that. I will make dinner out of the appetizer menu, if you know what I'm saying. Nom, nom, nom. Story 20. Don't send us D-pics unless we ask for them. Even then, don't send them. I like imagining other guys just thinking, this conversation's not going anywhere. I bet she wants to see my D. Story 21. Both genders, don't guilt trip your SO into doing something they aren't ready for or don't want to do. Pulling the, if you love me, you would. The guilt trip phrase is a crappy thing to do. Also, it's okay if you haven't hit certain life achievements as those around you. Your friends are all married with kids. That's completely okay. Don't feel pressured that you need to do the same if you're not ready to do so. All your friends have lost their virginity by high school or college? That's all right as well. Focus on your own goals and not the accomplishments of those around you. There is also no shame in being behind or failing. We all move at our own pace and to find our niche in life. Oh my God, this is wonderful advice. I mean, it barely fits into the parameters of the question because it's like, oh, what's an advice that you would give to someone of the opposite gender? This very much, yeah, as you said, applies to both genders. But yeah, don't guilt trip people. Don't be like, oh, but if you love me, all that. No, my gosh, we're all doing our own thing. And also, yeah, I pronounce it niche. I don't like it when people say niche. Didn't think I was going to bring that up in this comment, but here it is. And I'm going to die in this hill. Story 22. If she says keep going, just like that, do not change the pace or whatever you are doing. As a guy, this can be the toughest during PIV, and no, you're just about ready to see too. It's like anxiously watching two loading bars race each other. Story 23. Stroke the shaft, tickle the balls. Edit, this is my first guild. Ha ha ha, you forgot to contemplate existence. Story 24. Don't play games with the opposite gender. It does nothing but hurt people. Yep, I only play Monopoly and Settlers of Catan with my bros. No girls allowed. Story 25. Some of us grow hair in places other than our legs, armpits, and crotch. Do not freak out about it. Edit. I am indeed female. Yes, I've heard that the head is also a very common place to grow hair. I don't know why people get so freaked out about hair. I love hair on people, man. Men, women. Hair is natural. It's fine. You know, people do not freak out about hair in places. It's normal. It's natural. You want someone who's all shaved? That's unnatural, which is also fine if that's the way they want to be. But don't be weird about it if they got it. Don't be weird if they don't. Some of us like not having hair, so God. Story 26. As a guy, to give a tip to other guys so as to save a bunch of headaches, make a list of 3 restaurants that your significant other likes, so that if they are known for being indecisive, this will shorten the list if you say you choose these places for a date. Useful for first dates and blind dates, too. Women want an option to choose a place that they're familiar with, just in case the guy turns out to be scary in some way. Also, to put them at ease, allow them the seat that's easier to exit. Subtly, of course. They won't need it, but they like the option. Story 27. To the guys, I don't care if you feel like it's a feminine thing to do, but cut your nails. At least clean under them every now and then. No one wants to see your long, blackened, nasty fingernails. And women don't want you fooling around down there if your nails are sharp and uneven. Story 28. Degrading yourself is not attractive. If she says, I am such a dirty S, is that good or bad? Story 29. Guys, you don't always have to fix it. Sometimes she just needs you to listen. Please leave your story in the comments. I would love to make a video on them in the future. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe.